All right. It's October 5th, 2019. I'm Swift. This is our special guest, AnnMargaret.
YOLO!
And this is the Blah Blah Show. Today we're talking about Law of Attraction series. This is the third episode of Law of Attraction. And we're going to go over a personal experience that happened to Annie yesterday that I believe is a Law of Attraction success story. And we hear about these things like somebody breaks down on the side of the highway and there's nobody around for miles in the middle of the dark. They don't know where they are. The phone's dead, and they can't get into the trunk where they need to get the tire, hitch and everything. And then they start praying to Jesus, and then what do you know? The trunk just pops open, or some guy comes out of nowhere with a tow truck that wasn't ever on that road ever before in their life. These kind of stories. Or someone goes over a cliff, the car goes over, and somehow they're bumped off out of the car and they don't go with the car. All these kind of stories. So I've been trying to come up with all kinds of different scenarios, like stories that I've experienced that I believe are law of attraction manifestations through our will and divine help, asking for it. We're going to talk with Annie today. Yesterday, the 4th, Friday. This story was so awesome. I asked her to come on and share it, and I think you'll be moved too. It's really cool. Would you like to give us a
quick synopsis? Sure.
Or just get into it if you want to. Whatever
sure.
you feel up to.
So,
in the moment, like law of attraction. Be in the moment. It's the best.
So, I was driving. I had a whole day, a morning of being in Uber. And I had not had any money on me at the time, and I had known that we needed gas, and so I had stumbled across a couple roadblocks, and so I was like, well, let's just keep on going. We're just going to keep moving, keep on our path that we have planned for today. So just, keep driving. Well, I changed it up a little bit.
I'm right back.
I stopped and I just was like, okay, we're going to drop off my son first. And then we'll drop my daughter off.
And you were driving by yourself, so you drove your daughter and your son off, and then you're by yourself?
Right.
Okay.
And so I'm still at this point all the way out in Greensboro, about half an hour away from me, and so I'm on my way back at this point, still haven't gotten gas, and I know that there is only X amount of fuel left for me to go. So it's either gonna be you're gonna get the funds and get the gas, or you're just gonna say, all right, you know what, we're just gonna run out of gas and stay on the side of the road. I have a blanket, I have my water, I have a book and a phone. I'm good. It's okay for me. Like, I don't mind, So I surrendered to the whole situation. I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna keep on going. So then I get a phone call saying that the funds have been put in. So I was like, great, I'm gonna now go get some gas. And I go to get the gas, which is great. And I'm on my way home. I'm actually on the block that I live on. And I get a phone call. And I'm like, I don't recognize the number. I answer the call, and they're like, hi, I just want to let you know that your debit card has been returned to the bank. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. And they're like, we'll be here waiting to have it for you to come pick it up. So unbeknownst to me, I didn't even know that I had dropped my card, which is, if anyone knows me, knows it's so unlike me. So that on top of it was just like a blessing, in that knowing that you're protected even when you don't know what's going on. So if you just, the lesson that I got from that whole story was that and when I surrendered to the whole situation of whatever was to be, I was protected and taken care of. And I didn't even know that I had dropped my card. And there are good people out there. And I was just so touched because coming out, like you said, I said, if you know me, I'm from New York City. So anyone knows pretty much. More than likely, if you drop something in New York City, you could just say goodbye to that.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even realize that I had dropped my card. I looked into my pocketbook and I said, oh my gosh, it's not there. And so it felt really good to know that there's people out there really that do care and
do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you heard that it was a man.
Yeah, and I
from
heard
the banker teller. Yeah, the bank teller told you that.
That's all I knew about the person, but it was just really overwhelming joy of protection and love and a miracle that I wasn't even expecting.
Yeah, so the way you painted it sounded like you were so easy with it all. What I remember from your first telling me it is that you did have a moment of like, oh my God, I'm losing my cool. What the heck? I'm just driving my kids to their work. I'm just trying to get back home. How's this happen? You know, like, oh gosh, I have no money on me today. What the heck? I have no money? Of all days not to have cash on me. Oh, of all days not to have my card on me. Oh boy. But it was a test, you know, and then you passed with flying colors. Like, it's like you went out, dropped them off. Then you came back kind of like freaked out, but then you worked through it and you like surrendered. You're like, well, then I guess I'll have to just sit on the side of the road till something happens, you know. And as soon as you surrendered, then you got the call saying the money was in the bank, and then you went right down to the gas station because you were like, oh, I didn't have the money, but you did. And then after you surrendered and said, I'll just sit on the side of the road if I have to, then you get the call saying, oh, it's there, and then boom, you go get the gas, and then you come home, you know.
And then in between that half an hour,
you drop your card.
I dropped my card at the gas station.
At the gas station after you go get the gas.
And somebody had already been...
not knowing, and drive home,
right.
And then some guy just returns it. Like,
picks it up and goes to the bank. And this is all by 8:15 in the morning.
Yeah, on a Friday, you know.
I'm like...
Like, people, there's a lot of good people out there. You hear all these bad stories, and, you know, the media has a lot of, negative stuff up there. But I really believe it's only a slice, and this is another case that just happened yesterday, solidifying and supporting and letting us all feel that there's a lot of good people out there. You, I, her, many more, millions more, you know.
And we're protected if you have a
and you're protected,
good
yeah.
heart.
Yeah, you're protected. So you learned about surrendering to the universe, to God, to will, you know, and then acceptance, you know, so accepting and then surrendering. And then, look, you went into the flow, and then the universe just created everything you needed when you needed it. Boom. Right in a row. Blah, 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 blah. As soon as you got there and allowed, and you were like, whatever, it is what it is. I'm going to be what it is. I'm going to try to do what I'm trying to do, but, you know, I believe it's a law of attraction. And we're debating if that is a law of attraction. I think it is, because as soon as you gave up the resistance, you allowed.
Right.
And so the universe was like, oh, see, she doesn't need to have it this way. She's open to whatever. She's open to source. She's open to possibilities. She's open to the scenario coming to her. You're attracted to you. And you did, instantly. That's the part that I was like, we have to tell them about
And
this.
then in the flow of energy, I think when we say resistance, it's like, well, we feel that. Like, we don't want something. We want something.
Yeah.
We push. And so that's when you just like, you know what, it's like when you kind of just be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
you
but
just,
throw your hands up and, you know.
not in a defeated way.
No, but accepting.
But just like, okay, I'll just be okay with whatever outcome it is.
Right.
And
right.
not defeated, like I lost. It's just surrender.
No, I'm going to weather through this and see how it plays out.
Right.
And direct it to best I can, yeah. And that'll be more than enough.
And what am I going to learn from it?
Yeah.
What can I get from it? Get out of it? I mean, I've had other experiences, like instant ones.
And with everything happening right now, this is a perfect time, the synchronicity of seeing that we can trust people, because we've been going through a lot of business stuff, and you meet all different types of people, agents and lawyers, underwriters and title insurance companies, and there's so many people you need to feel out and do business with, and it's hard sometimes. There's so many, and you're learning so much, and it's so fast, and everything's on timelines. So it's good to feel this right now, because I was kind of like, I need to trust people, because then they'll trust me, and they can trust me. So, but if I don't trust people, they're not going to trust me.
And that's
When they
vibration.
can trust me, you know. So if I want them to trust, if I want to trust people, I need to trust in them until they prove or do something that goes against that, and then I push them out or we correct it, you know. And that's all you can do. But you have to give it first to receive it.
And it just dawned
Right?
on
And that's
me.
law of attraction.
Right.
What dawned
and
on
while
you?
you were speaking, it just dawned on me.
What?
Like a light bulb moment about how when we were saying about the whole law of attraction thing, and I was like, well, so I feel like it's, all that plus divine protection and stuff like that, But when you were saying, because you know me a very long time, and I always believe that people are born good. I really believe people are good. And I really believe that people want to be good.
Yeah.
It's just they're afraid. And everything is fear-based about many different things. And so I believe that if we look at it from a law of attraction point of view, it would be like, I really do believe that people are good. And I had that result.
Yeah.
Because I really do believe that people want to be good. As a matter of fact, when we went to another gas station, ironically.
Law of attraction spots. Go to your local gas station. Just sit down and watch something. Get a hot dog, a big gulp, Slurpee.
No. That's not
don't
organic.
Yeah,
He's just kidding.
Yeah. I get nuts. Don't listen to me.
Um,
Gas
So-
station. Another story.
yeah, we were
another
there,
situation.
and there was a homeless man there, and he was asking for 75 cents. And so he had already asked the other guy, and he was in there, like, looking for the money, And I was ready to just, like, give him $1. And I had it, like, ready there, but he didn't look at me, and he didn't come to me yet. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to wait, and wait for him to come, and then I'll be it ready. And so I noticed the guy, he's giving him the 75 cents. And then I, like, talked to Joseph. I'm like, Joseph, and I was like, look, and... So then he's like, then Joseph just took it upon himself and was like, hey, boss, hey, come on, let me get you a drink and a snack. And
the guy sitting at the gas station on the
the
curb?
homeless guy,
Yeah.
He's standing. He's not sitting.
Joseph
And
invited
he's-
him in the gas station?
Right, because the other man at the other pump was already giving him 75 cents. And
Wow.
because that's what he had asked for.
75 cents.
So he asked for 75 cents
And he
got
got it.
75 cents. He asked for it and he hadn't received that, right?
So he goes in?
So, yeah, he goes in, and then the other man that was giving him the coins, he had also given him a Mountain Dew drink. And he asks us, oh, you want a Mountain Dew? I'm like, no, thank you. And he's like, I bring all the food from the hospital for all the homeless people. And I've never seen him before. And I was like, yeah, we all try to do what we can do, And he was like, kindness. He was like, it's all about kindness. And that's another story right after the other experience I had earlier this morning. This was the pickup. This was my way back. So, kindness is all around us. Love is all around us. Protection is all around us. We just need to believe it.
And shout out to Joseph for stepping up and
Yeah.
inviting that gentleman in and getting him a refill drink at the
He
gas
was
station.
so
They can go back
happy.
all day long and
He
get.
was there standing.
I'm sure the teller was like, man.
Well, he told the teller,
Yeah.
hey, guy, listen, let him have his refills.
Yeah, let him have it. And that's another thing, too. There's another law of attraction thing in here. Tony Robbins said this once to a guy in Boston when he was really young, and he told a story about how a gentleman only asked for a quarter from him. And he sat there and he was thinking, why would this gentleman only ask for a quarter? So he gave him a quarter. But as he walked away, he's like, So the universe does really only give you what you ask for. So why not ask for more? You know, like a quarter, really? I mean, this was the 80s, I think Tony Robbins was saying. But it reminded me, I'm like, 75 cents. So he probably had something in particular he wanted to buy. But like, and he didn't want to ask too much. But see, that's fear. So he only got 75 cents. But that guy clearly would have maybe had $1.50. So he maybe could have gotten a food and a drink, you know? But he was afraid, so he only asked for 75 cents. So the universe gave him 75 cents. And that guy must have been really like in a good mood because he had two like law of attraction scenarios where Joseph and, you know, you coming around, yeah, all these people.
I was ready to come out of my pocketbook. So
yeah.
Either way, he was going to get something
Yeah, clearly.
more.
Yeah, so clearly he was vibing good because he attracted all that. He didn't seek it out. He was asking somebody else for 75 cents. You came to him and overheard him, you know? So, and you're vibing high. So you don't like attracts like. So if you're vibing high, you're going to this guy. It doesn't matter what he looks like, who he is, a president, bum, you know, cop. If you're with this person or around this person, it's usually because you're vibing in that, or you have been vibing in that energy. So he must have been vibing high to attract you and Joseph.
It was just really nice.
Yeah.
It was.
And it's a good story. We love to hear stuff like this, you know? Like you've seen, actually on YouTube, a lot of people have been posting, Facebook have been posting, when you go into a shopping place and somebody's like short on money, the person behind them pays for the whole thing. Like, I would love to do that if I saw that. But don't run out and get in front of me in the store if you see me out in a supermarket, okay? But these are law of attraction stories. That was Annie's, and I just thought it was phenomenal. And do you want to add anything else to it?
No.
No? Okay, well, my name is Swift. This was my guest, AnnMargaret, and we were talking about law of attraction, real life experience stories, and this was her story that happened yesterday with her son, Joseph, who had a kind of a law of attraction, good Samaritan type story, tailored into it to make it really pretty. I'm Swift. This is AnnMargaret. This is the Blah Blah Show, October 5th, 2019. I hope everybody had a great week. I'll see you guys next Saturday. I love you all. Like, subscribe, comment, anything, share. This is your boy Swift. We love you. Relax, meditate, and go get your dreams.
Blessings to you all.
Bye.